Welcome back to the EFL experience. Today I'm talking to Vienna. She's been all around Latin America, a part of the world that I've never been to, but I'm really fascinated to learn more about it. So can you start with an introduction about yourself?
Yeah, my name's Vienna. I'm from the Lake District. I enjoy natural therapies, collect semi-precious stones and use them for meditation.
The Lake District is quite a cool place in the UK, right? I went there for my birthday about 10 years ago, I remember.
Massive tourist attraction from people all over the world.
Was it quite a remote experience growing up there?
Yeah, I say I'm from there. I'm originally from the northeast in a place called Stockton-on-Tees. But I spent a majority of my life in the Lake District, so I say I'm from there because I've spent a lot of years there.
Okay. That's quite a huge jump from there to Latin America. So what took you to the other part of the world?
That part of the world, it took me to Peru. Well, I'd finished my degree in animal conservation science and I needed some actual experience, so I decided to volunteer. I was speaking to the guy and he said, we do teaching. I thought, okay, but you're advertising conservation as well? And he said, yeah, we have conservation too. Just come over, we'll find something for you. Okay, let's go, let's see what happens. When I turned up, they didn't have any conservation, and the guy who was in control at that time said, well, you need to come to this place, and opened up this old bar, like a community centre, and went, here are your students, teach.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know any Spanish there. Well, my Spanish was minimal, and I was then to teach these children who had no English whatsoever, English when I couldn't tell them in Spanish. Luckily, I'd taken a textbook with me for my own learning, so the next class I took that and we worked with it that way. It was then that I realised that I enjoy teaching, and I took it further.
Okay.
It was like the universe told me, you need to teach, Vienna. And this guy's little fib changed my direction.
And so you had any experience before that in traveling?
No, I didn't believe I could be a teacher.
What about in traveling?
Traveling, I was doing all kinds. When I was in certain places, I was doing catering, and generally sometimes just wandering around and traveling to a place and not working.
What is it that got you into traveling in the first place?
Well, all my life, my mother was the one that said to me, "Go and see the world, go." And okay, I don't think she realised how much travelling I would do when she said go. And then I moved to the Lake District, and in the Lake District back in the day there was so many people coming and going, they were travelling themselves around the UK, finding work and then leaving. So I was influenced by that, and then a friend said to me, let's go to Thailand. Back then it was Leonardo DiCaprio and the beach, and everyone was going to Thailand. So she went, we said, yeah, let's go. And then something happened with her and she ended up not going.
Okay.
But my mother, even though she said to me, go, when I said I'm going, she was like, oh my God, you're going alone to Thailand? Yeah, no, you're not. And she paid for a plane ticket for my friend to go with me because she was so worried that something was going to happen to me.
Yeah.
So that was my first journey.
Okay, wow. That must have been PP Island, right?
No, I didn't actually go to PP Island. We went to Bangkok, Koh Phangan, and then we went across to Koh Chang, which many people don't go to on that way. And then we also went right up to Chiang Mai as well.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Because we crossed the border to get a passport stamp and then came back down to Myanmar, it was called then.
Okay, I'd love to hear more about that. But for today, let's just focus on Latin America. So you mentioned Peru is the first one you went to.
Peru was my first one. That was where I went there first, originally for a conservation experience, then realised I could teach. So my first time there, great, and then I came back, did what I needed to, and then the second time I decided that I was giving everything up. My apartment, my flat, my car, everything, it wasn't right. I was paying for a flat I didn't like, for a car that I didn't like, and a job that I wasn't supposed to be doing. So it was like a vicious circle of this is not right. So I decided, okay, I'm going to give everything up.
This was in the Lake District?
This is in the Lake District. I sold everything or gave everything to charity, and so now I have my bags.
That's very similar to what I've done. When I first started teaching abroad, I maybe took about 2 massive suitcases with me, but as I've worked in more and more countries, it's just gotten less and less because it takes all the stress out of traveling, and it just makes it easy to make decisions. So if you get a job offered to you from somewhere else, you just think, oh, I'll just take a one suitcase with me, and it's so easy to just make quick decisions based on that.
Just pack it,
So,
put it
yeah.
on your shoulder if you go.
I've become less and less materialistic the more I've done this. Like back in my university days, I just had loads of random crap that I never needed. So many clothes, shopping from Amazon, eBay all the time. But now I like hardly care about any of that. It's more about life experiences.
That's not really
Yeah.
important, as long as you've got a torch, some money and a passport,
Mm,
and
yeah.
some clothes.
Yeah. You mentioned Peru. That's probably the only place in South America that I'm keen to see, to be honest, because I'm really fascinated by Machu Picchu. Did you have a chance to
I have
see
not
that?
even been to that part. I've been to Peru twice now, and I still haven't been there.
Ah, that's a
So-
shame.
So it's still there on
It
the
does
list.
look amazing in the photos.
Yeah, but I've been to some amazing places in there because I've volunteered twice. First time I was in the Amazon rainforest, and twice, and then the second time I was in the mountains.
Peruvian food includes
Ceviche.
what is that again?
Ceviche. It's fish that's cooked with the acid of lime.
Did you try it?
Yeah,
Is it any good?
it's gorgeous.
Okay. But the other one, squirrel or hamster or something?
Ah, it's oh my god, I've forgotten the name of it now. I've got it in Spanish. Guinea pig.
Did you try
I
that at
did.
all?
I did when I was working the second time in the
Yeah.
mountains. It's something special. It's what you have as a celebration. And so when it was presented to me, it was presented with pride. I was like, oh my god, I'm eating someone's pet. So I tasted it the first time, I couldn't eat it. The next time there was nothing else, and it was crispy. I was like, okay, I'm going to eat this, and I did. But the third time, I was like, no, third time now, it's not for me. It's not. So it's not like I tasted it and went,
Yeah.
I tasted it 3 times.
Yeah. Was that the biggest culture shock you had over there?
Yeah,
Eating,
no,
guinea
no,
pigs?
no. I mean, I seen one woman actually preparing the guinea pigs. She was in a cafe. I was looking for her attention. This is in the mountains, so it's a small community. They hardly see any tourists at all. And she was just full on skinning. She took them all, got all the hair off the eyes, the ears, everything else, took the skin off. She took out the insides, removed the insides, and then threw them over the wall for the dogs.
Yikes. Okay.
So it wasn't a culture shock, it was just interesting.
I've heard Peruvian food is a mixture of many different things. So people assume Peru is just Peruvian people, but it's got a huge Japanese population. And
Oh, yeah,
other
same. There's
country-
even a massive Chinatown. There's always, there's little spots of people around.
like surprisingly multicultural place. So the food is a fusion, also I've heard, of different things. Yeah. Any other experiences in Peru you want to share?
Okay, my second time volunteering, I was in the absolute Amazon. We had to take a boat to go there. We were living in huts, and the mosquitoes were terrible. Yeah, that was interesting. But in a way, I felt a bit trapped there because there was no shops, there was no community. I was in the middle of the forest with students of Peru who were studying conservation. And it was a little bit nasty because they weren't speaking to me in English, and on my last day, they started to speak to me in English
Why on your last day?
because I'd had enough of the mosquitoes.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Everywhere I went, the mosquitoes were biting. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah. Okay.
But I was there for a week, so
Yeah. Overall, it was a positive experience, I'd say.
in a way, yes, in a way, no. Yeah.
Would you go back to see Machu Picchu next time?
Oh God, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Were there many other tourists around as well, or just you?
Me, in my experiences in both times, I met minimal tourists in the places that I was.
But I'm sure if you went to Machu Picchu,
Oh, good.
it'd be
With
hundreds.
flurries of them.
Yeah, yeah. So after Peru, where did you end up?
I went to Mexico. The reason I went to Mexico, I didn't have an intention to go to Mexico, but there was a job offer. Yeah, something for me to go there. Okay, because that was my main goal, to go to South America, to build my experience and find work teaching.
Okay.
So up I went. I left Peru, and went to the job in Mexico, which is in a place called Los Reyes in Michoacán. And in this place, the government website in the UK says if you go here, your travel insurance may be void because they've got a high reputation for cartels.
Okay, well, yeah. Did you come across any?
Not interactions, but when I went shopping one day, a normal day, like every other day, and I just seen the vehicle, and I seen the people sat in the passenger seat, and my instinct, my stomach just turned over, and I froze, and I walked past, and I stayed calm, and I was just like, oh, okay, that was a cartel. That was, you can just tell. It wasn't just two people in a car. I was like, okay.
What do they look like in real life? Is it anything like
We just
Breaking Bad?
got
with
a
the shoes and the
really big,
scars?
hot, shiny car, clothes, attitude, sitting there. You just can tell everything is pristine, sparkling.
Wow. So that's the kind of stuff that you hear about in the media, obviously, and
Yes.
it's one of the reasons I'd probably be scared to go to Mexico.
Let me say, I spent some time in this place, and I never met a single tourist.
Oh, so it's not like Cancun or something like that?
I
It's
can't.
more
No,
like
no,
a-
no, no. There's no resorts. No, there's no resorts. It's pure local people.
And you were working there, but the school was a safe environment.
Yeah,
to
well,
work.
I had my flat. The school was here, like 3 minutes walk, and then on the corner, boys used to hang out in the day, like 3 of them. At night time, it turned into 10, and then that corner, they all used to sit, and then their bikes would be parked, and then I would see from my balcony people stopping in the car to buy things, to do deals. Yeah, so when I finished at night time in the school, I had to walk around them. Luckily, I'd talked to them in the daytime and become friends with the guy who lives on the corner as well. So he was friendly, and everybody else was friendly with me. So there was never a threat there. It's just sometimes intimidating, walking around 10 guys going, "Hey."
Oh. Did you generally feel safe during the day, at least?
Yeah, I do. I feel safe, but I heard a story that 2 years before I was there, in the square where I was going shopping, there was a shootout between 2 rival cartels. We got the local cartel protecting the community there, and one of the cartels from the mountains had come down and invaded. And so there was a shootout, and that was 1 minute away from my flat. But there was always a risk of being in the crossfire if something did happen.
Yeah.
So that was my only fear, like, what if something does happen while I'm here? But it never did. The community were great, most of them accepted me, and one guy helped me break into my flat when I forgot my key.
Oh, okay. How did that go down?
Oh, he was great. So I was stuck, and then he came, he seen what was happening, and then he tried to help, and then he went to get a knife, and when he got a spatula and a fish slice, and we're trying to work out the window and how to do it, and eventually we managed to open it. My first thought was, oh, now they know how to break in. Okay, but no, everything was safe, all good.
And how was the food or the local tourist attractions or anything like that? Did you get to see much?
There's no local tourist attractions in the
Nothing
area.
at all. Ah, okay.
No, there is a waterfall, but I didn't have a vehicle, and so you can take a taxi. But then there's no reception when you get there, so you can't get a taxi back. And there was also a risk if I wanted to go walking in a mountain that I was on cartel territory.
Okay, right. And food? Is it very...
The food was lovely. I ate a lot of street food. Yeah.
It's what you'd imagine then, like nachos
Tacos.
and tacos and
Tacos.
stuff. Okay, okay.
Tacos. Everywhere you go, tacos.
But they don't have a Taco Bell, because that's more an American thing in real life, isn't it?
No, you don't need a Taco Bell when you've got taco stalls everywhere.
Yeah. And how long were you in Mexico for?
6 months.
6 months. Okay. And then you started off in Peru, and then Mexico. Was it just like a short-term job, or you chose to leave
It
yourself?
was supposed to be longer, but I left early.
Oh, okay. And then you ended up where after that?
My time was up, so I was like, okay, where am I going to go? Okay, let's go to Guatemala.
What was that like? Is it also to work in another school, or you just wanted to travel?
Yeah, I chose Guatemala, then I applied to volunteer there. I thought, okay, because I needed to do something, not just wander around. So, yeah, I was volunteering for a couple of months in Guatemala.
Okay.
But my main attraction was the Semuc Champe.
The what, sorry?
Semuc Champe, it's a big natural water feature. It's a big river, it's green and luxurious.
Okay.
I was inspired by a Google photo picture on my laptop. Okay, but that's beautiful. When I did the research, it's in Guatemala. Then I researched, is Guatemala safe? No. Are you going to go? Come on, be bold, do it. So I went.
And what did it feel being in Guatemala in comparison to Peru and Mexico?
I felt less safe in Guatemala.
Oh, wow. Any particular kind of danger? Like drugs, men?
Socially and economically, they're poor, and you can feel it and you can see it. And yeah, you get warned about the day. Even in Guatemala, the city is in zones, and there's extreme warnings for do not go to this zone, do not go to this zone, because they know where the troubled zones are.
What kind of accommodation did you have yourself?
Oh, when I first arrived, I had a hotel. Then when I went to the lake, I was in a hotel, which was recommended by the people I was volunteering for. So I stayed in a hotel with other people for like a long-term rental.
Okay. How long were you there for in total?
2 months in that area.
Yeah. Wow. Anything else about Guatemala you want to share?
Everywhere I went, and every other tourist was just paid more, and it was automatic. You go to any other country in the world, yep, guaranteed to pay more. But this was like, you do not break the rules, you do not give these gringas extra, you do not charge them anything cheap. They must pay the maximum. But yet, even though they're making money from their tourism, one time I was sat in the park, and one guy came to me, and he was high. He was clearly high. He was talking to me, and then he started to touch my hair. I didn't feel unsafe, but I could see that he was away with it. And then there's another point, again, not scared, just seeing what was happening in the community. There was a 13-year-old boy being dragged around by his mother while her younger daughter was there because he was drunk out of his face at 13.
Ooh. Which city or town in Guatemala is this, by the way?
Lake Atitlan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Any difference in the food?
It's
Between
kind of
Guatemala
similar.
food
They're still doing tacos.
Any other guinea pig like stuff that you tried?
No.
Okay.
That's just that. It's just a Peru thing.
Wow. Okay. So Guatemala, would you say that's the one you wouldn't go back to?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't want to.
Wow.
I've seen what I need to see there.
Yeah.
Even you've got to be wise. You've got to be sharp. You've got to know what you're dealing with. And I thought I was. One time I bought food in a small village, and I was listening to what other customers were buying, to what the prices were, and then I ordered the same. When it came for me to pay, they put an extra price. I'm like, why? Why have you charged me this? How much is this? They told me how much. I was like, you're robbing me. Why are you doing this? And then they didn't say a word. But then I had a realization, maybe they're not speaking to me because they don't understand Spanish. Because in this area, if they don't go to school, they don't learn Spanish. And quite often in the mountains, they don't go to school. So like, I don't know, but she knew, and she looked, she knew what she was doing.
Well, so after 2 months in Guatemala, where did you go?
I was there in total 3 months.
Oh, 3.
It was just 2 months for volunteering.
And did you manage to see all of Guatemala that you wanted to see? I mean, tourist-wise, sightseeing and that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I went from Lake Atitlan, then I went over to Rio Negro because I wanted to take the boat to Belize to get a stamp on my passport. But however, I was refused entry to Belize. So I had to come back, speak with the people at immigration and take the stamp away to say that I hadn't left Guatemala. And then Guatemala City, it's just another city.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen what I could have seen in Guatemala. I think I was ready to go.
And then where did you end up after?
Went to Colombia.
Bogota or Bogota?
I started off in Bogota.
I think I've been offered a job from there once, but similar to Mexico, it was just too scary for me. Because, everyone kind of recommends you've got to be careful where you walk, don't go down any alleys, look out for scams. And for me, it's like, if I'm going to be scared the whole time, then I'm not really having fun. I want to be able to be free, explore everywhere. But no, never been brave enough to accept a job from Colombia. Is that why you went for work, or you just?
Well, I
thought
was
you'd
looking for
see
work,
it?
but I also, when my time had finished in Guatemala, it was all dependent on the 90 days and the stamps
Mm.
that I had.
Mm.
It was time to leave Guatemala. That's why I went to Belize.
Mm.
But I had a moment in Belize on the border, and then I had to come back. And so, all right, I can't go to Belize for a stamp. I haven't got any more time to think about where am I going. So I was like, okay, where am I going to go? Yeah, Colombia. I've heard so many bad things about Colombia too. Even friends I was messaging in England, oh, Vienna, don't go to Colombia. But I am gonna,
Mm.
and I did.
And you stayed there for how long?
I was there for 3 months as well.
And was there any cartel business there?
I didn't see it.
The what? Sorry?
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. But it's there.
I didn't feel it because Pablo Escobar was in Medellin,
Mhm.
but they've completely done the city out. So
Mm.
it's more modern and cosmopolitan now,
Mm.
and it's so tourist friendly.
Ah.
But if you go to the centre,
Mm.
which I did, that's where the locals are.
Mm.
That's where you're going to get robbed. That's where everyone's going to look at you. But I was with a friend, and you just walk around and beware. Just make sure you know where you are.
So that was the safest out of the four, you'd say?
No,
From your
that's not the
experience?
safest. No, the safest is on the outside. The centre is where it's real. You could get robbed. Anything
Mm.
could happen there. But
Mm.
prostitutes sitting outside of the church
Mm.
in the daytime.
Mm.
Like, okay, but once you start to go outward,
Mm.
that's when the areas are safe.
And I mean, like out of the four countries, Colombia felt like the most kind of cosmopolitan and safe compared to the other three.
I can't say that it was the safest. All I can say is Guatemala felt like the unsafest. I can
Mm.
put Peru, Mexico, and Colombia on the same par for my experiences.
Okay. What else did you get up to in Colombia?
In Colombia, ooh. Okay, let me tell you, the buses in Colombia are hideous.
Mm.
And many people, I understand why, they take short flights to get around rather than take the bus. The bus is cheaper,
Mm.
but they are a nightmare.
Okay.
But I decided I'm going to take some buses just for the pure adventure of it. Yeah, and that was great. So I started off in Bogota, where it was just cold. I got harassed in a restaurant with a Bolivian friend. Someone who was homeless, because I smiled at him. He decided he was going to stand in the doorway of the restaurant shouting at me that he needed food. And he was standing so that he would never let me past until I bought something for him. So I thought, okay, the price of an arepa and a drink is minimal for
Mm.
what he could possibly do. He probably wouldn't do anything, but there's a chance that he could.
Mm.
So I bought him an arepa and a drink. As I paid for it, she was cooking it, and I just went, it's okay. Muchas gracias.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so then I just looked at my friend and went, there you go, that's what we get.
Yeah. Wow. Any other danger there at all? Or it felt safe for the most part?
No, I didn't feel safe. It's just a case of being aware of your surroundings. Who's there? You can see who's looking, who's and who's not, who should be there, who isn't.
Mm. What about using like online apps and such? I don't know if they use Uber or Grab or what, but are most of them trustworthy?
Yeah, I used InDrive and Uber when I was over there, and I used a lot of buses. So you could just buy a ticket and you pick you up at the station, and then take you there.
Mm.
The only place that didn't do that was Guatemala,
Okay.
because they don't tell you about the buses that are available because they want the tourists to go by minibus.
Yeah.
So you pay for a private vehicle.
Mm.
You say, no, there's no buses. Oh, okay. They've got what they call chicken buses, which
Yeah.
are even more cheap, but I didn't go on a chicken bus.
Is that the one with the crates of chicken?
No,
In
there's
the
not
back.
even a chicken on there.
Right.
It's just someone has once before gone on the bus and seen a chicken. That's why they're called chicken buses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
I was
just a
picturing the movies.
basic. It's a basic old-style bus with a bench seat. There's no windows, and then the door just opens. You climb in and shut it behind you. It's like a little flappy door.
Mm.
And you just jump on that. And again, because of the roads in Guatemala, it's difficult for them to get around. There's also, in all countries as well, all of these, there's something called a colectivos.
Mm.
And you can find these colectivos stations around, and then they're all waiting, and it is a bus, but it's cheaper. It's not like a shuttle bus that you pay more for. It's where anybody can jump on and anybody can jump off. You just put your hand out. Are you going? Yeah, come on. And that's what colectivos means, a collective.
Mm.
Everybody's just in it together. We pay this amount, we share the transport.
Okay. So, out of the 4 countries, which one would you say had the most welcoming vibe and people? Which ones had the best locals? Treated you the best? The ones you missed the most?
That's a tough question because I spent a lot of time just meeting local people. I didn't go seeking out tours. I would walk around in the community. I would go to markets. I would sit in parks, and people would approach me because either out of interest or whatever. And
Which ones were the most friendly?
all of them, apart
All
from
of them?
Guatemala. Well, even Guatemala. Well, no, Guatemala was a little bit less. They had their guard up. But Peru, Mexico,
You felt
Colombia.
accepted and everything.
So there'd be an event in the park, sit there. Well, in Trujillo, in Peru, one day I was just looking at these 2 comedians. I was watching them. They were just street performers, and everyone was around. And okay, thinking it's okay. I'm just going to watch. Next thing you know, he's noticed me, and I'm part of the show. He's got me in. I've got my jacket off. It's in the middle of the pathway. Nobody was taking it. Nobody stole it, and then they made me part of the joke.
Yeah.
And I knew what they were saying about me, and everyone was laughing. I'm just like, yeah, okay, just take it. It's all right.
Yeah.
And yeah, then they shook hands at the end, had some photos. And that's it. So they made me part of the show. And the story was that he was in a nightclub with his girlfriend, and he'd met me, and then she was jealous. So there was all some fake slapping and some of this and some of that.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
I've just got 2 questions left for you. Like, any advice you have for people visiting Latin America? Like, what food they should try, or anything they should see, or just in general safety, how to best look after themselves? What would you recommend?
Okay, if you go to Peru, you look for the menu del dia, because it's really cheap. You get a soup, a main course, and a drink
And
for
guinea pig.
10 soles. No, guinea pig is a special. That's only in the mountains. Yeah, you can't find that in Lima unless you actually look for it. Eat locally. Go to the markets. Don't be scared of people, and smile. If you keep your head up and you smile, you'll find that people might stare at you, but the ones you flash a smile at them, they'll flash a smile right back at you.
Okay.
In these countries, it's good to have cash and keep it in small notes, because not everybody has the change to give you, because they haven't got that much cash on them. If you take a big note, they have to go searching into somebody else's shop to find the notes so they can give you your change. Just be aware of your surroundings, know where you're going, and be prepared.
Okay.
I was there, and there was a rainfall in Santa Marta in Colombia, and the hostel was flooded, and there was men walking in the street with water up to their chest. The hostel was flooded. The swimming pool had emptied. Had disappeared. There was rubbish floating around our feet. Okay, when's this going to stop? And 2 hours later, all the water had gone, and we were just left with the residue of what has come from the drains. So keep your mind open.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's
okay.
a one-off, though. That's not normal. But
Yeah. And that advice is general for all 4 countries.
just keep an open mind and be prepared. I was going up to a beach where no tourists go. It was a recommendation from a guy I'd met in Colombia, and I said, yeah, I'm going to go there. And I took a bus, but the bus that I'd taken had taken too long because it broke down twice, which meant that I couldn't get a colectivos to go to my or a motor taxi to go to where I was staying. So this is 10:30 at night. And just as my bag was coming out of the back of the bus, he put my suitcase down, the rain started. I was like, are you joking? So when the rain started, I was under shelter, hoping it was going to stop. There was no motor taxis. There was no vehicle to take me. The rain was falling down. I had no connection on my phone, so I couldn't call the guy in the place where I was staying. Big, massive crabs running across my feet because they'd come out from the road because all the water was there. Okay. But it eventually stopped raining, and I had to walk it. I had a backpack and a little wheelie suitcase. All right, this is fine. As I'm walking down the street, then I come to beach. Okay, suitcases don't work on the beach. Right, all right. So I'm walking along, trying to pull it, trying to carry it. And all along the beach, there was inlets. There were beach rivers. And the tide was coming in. There was no other way for me to go. So I'm having to trundle through the water with my backpack in my jeans and a suitcase.
Yeah.
I was getting quite upset at this point. I was looking for somewhere to sleep on the beach. The perfect spot that I chose. Great, it had shelter, but then there was a barking dog that was upset because I was there. I was like, okay, I can't sleep here. Eventually, after a time, the guy from the place where I was staying brought the car to the last point where he could meet me at one of these river inlets. And then he just, come on, let's go. Let's get you in. From sand, I put sand all over, all my clothes, all my shoes, my backpack, my little case. I was a mess. But then I went there, went to bed, and woke up in the morning to the most amazing view. Yep. Opened the curtains. That's why I'm here. So this view makes up for what I've just been through last night.
That's exactly what I was thinking of just now, actually. Like, the stories you describe sound like there might have been some moments where you were scared or something, but like, you've got stories that maybe 1 out of 50 people can tell. Like, how many people do you meet in England who have been to these places and had these experiences? So it must make it very fulfilling at the end that you've got these stories to share.
Well, I'm happy to be sharing it with you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I feel like your stories are both fascinating, but also stuff I can't relate to because I've never been in any of these types of situations. So it's like I'm trying to visualize it, but I almost can't. Like,
this is the thing with so many people. Oh my God, you go into these countries. Oh my God, you're so brave. You're so brave. I'm like, maybe I am, but you know what? These people, they're all humans here as well. These people all have families. These people all have boyfriends, husbands, grandmas. Not all people in the world are bad. And so I've found so much goodness in people when I've been in all these countries. And again, I've met some people not so good, but the good people outweigh the not so good people.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Are there any countries left that you're desperate to see?
Well,
Where to next?
I still want to return to South America because I want to go to Argentina and Patagonia and possibly Bolivia. And being so close, maybe I want to go to Sri Lanka.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good to go next while you're here.
Well, yeah.
Because that's a pretty short plane ride from here. Plus, they just kind of had a pretty big cyclone. So they're kind of like trying to get tourism back. So probably the best time to go is this year.
Yeah, I also want to go to Japan, but I hear it's expensive.
Compared to the rest of Asia, I thought it was, yeah. But still worth seeing, just, compared to the rest of Asia, yeah, it's a bit pricey. But then so is Korea and, like, most of North Asia. Yeah,
okay, another piece of advice, if you go to Peru, try to stay away from Callao.
What is that?
Callao, it's the part of the city that's close to the airport. It's a hairy place.
But isn't that a necessity if you need to go to the airport?
No, because you can take a taxi or transport outside from there. This is really close. I booked a hostel and I thought everything's going to be amazing. Yes, it's so cheap. The next day when I came out, I couldn't find anything anywhere to eat. When I decided to have a walk, if the weather's hot, I go wearing a dress, my hair down, and there was 20 people hanging around on the street in old jacuzzis and broken tuk-tuks, and they're just staring and they're laughing at me.
Yeah.
Just full on sniggering and laughing and pointing. I'm like, okay, I'm in the wrong place here. Ignore it. Just keep walking, keep smiling. And then when I arrived to another point, a woman seen me while she was sweeping the floor. She started shouting at me and pointing in a direction. Of course, my Spanish wasn't so great then. And so I tried to come back. I know I'm in a dangerous place, trying to use Google Maps to find out where the hell my hostel was. Eventually got back there, knew I was in the wrong place. And there was a little corner shop. I plucked up the courage to then go to this shop. I bought chocolate and crisps, and that is the only thing I ate in 24 hours. Until the next day, I asked the cleaner if there's anywhere to have breakfast. She then contacted the hostel manager, who took me to another part of the city and said, let's take you on a tour. I paid him for the transport. Then he took me to Miraflores, which is where all the tourists stay.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, clean and pristine. Yeah. Okay. And then call me when you're ready, we'll come back. Okay. So I eventually got that. And then once I'd travelled more around Peru and talked to more people, they're like, what are you doing going to Callao? Why? The police don't go there. Venezuelan gangsters don't go there. What were you doing? Like, I don't know. I've learned my lesson now. Okay, don't ever go there again. Okay. And then when I was going to Mexico, I found myself having to stay in Callao again. And the taxi driver, he was, "Go stay here, stay in this hotel." And then, no, I want to go here. "No, stay in here. This is nice." When there were 4 prostitutes standing outside. "It's a very nice hotel." "No, thank you." So, yeah, Callao, be careful. Stay in other places outside, away from the airport.
That's good of you to warn people. Yeah, it's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add, lastly?
No, I think that's it. You got
Okay.
questions?
I do, but I want to save them for another time because they relate more to your experiences elsewhere.
Okay.
So I think today kind of covers Latin America, but I'm fascinated to learn more about the other countries you've been to because you're very well travelled. But I want to keep it structured, so I'll save them for another time.
All right.
Yeah, but thank you very much for coming on. Yeah,
Oh,
it's been
my pleasure.
fascinating to hear your stories. Okay, best of luck with Argentina and the other one you mentioned, by the
Patagonia
way. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Bolivia.
I hope you get to see them.
I
Yeah.
hope so too.
Okay.
We'll see.
Thank you, everyone, and bye bye.